Good afternoon and welcome. And it is afternoon, it's Saturday afternoon. We've just gone through all the thunderstorms. God, June there, and the weather's been terrible. What we're going to look at now is an introduction to Microsoft PowerPoint. So we need to open up Microsoft PowerPoint. So I'm on a Windows 11 computer, and how I do that is I can go to my Start menu, or I can press my Start key. Now I've got PowerPoint open there, but if I didn't know where it was, I'd just click on All, scroll down, and I would go to PowerPoint there. I could search the app there, PowerPoint, and then it would come up there. Now I'm opening PowerPoint, and it will come up on my taskbar. If I want it on my taskbar all the time, and this is the taskbar here, I just right click on it, and then I would pin to the taskbar, Now to get a new presentation, we can either use a blank presentation or Microsoft will give us some themes that we can use, and we can choose more themes if we want to. So I can have a look at all sorts of different themes if I want to. I'm going to open up the presentation that I've started, which is an introduction to PowerPoint. And then we're going to talk through each slide. So this is the introduction slide. This is the title slide, Introduction to PowerPoint, a Beginner's Guide. And then the second slide is what is PowerPoint? Well, PowerPoint is a presentation program that allows users to create dynamic slide presentations. These presentations can include animations, images, videos, and more. And I use it extensively all over the place, certainly in teaching, workplace, anywhere really. The fact that I'm doing this now means that, hopefully you'll get an understanding of it. Let's have a look now at getting started. So getting started, open up PowerPoint and choose a template or blank slide. Well, I've got a blank slide. Familiarize yourself with the ribbon toolbar at the top. So the ribbon is this area here. So it's the same as most Microsoft applications. And what we've got is we've got tabs, which give us different ribbons, and they allow us to do different things. And then on each tab, we've got a number of different activities, icons, which allow us to do different things. The slide pane where you add and edit slides. So the slide pane is here. If I want to make this a little bit bigger, I can just make it a little bit bigger so I can see my slides there. So save your work frequently to avoid losing your progress. Well, I've saved this as Introduction to PowerPoint. I'm now going to save it as Save a Copy, and I'm going to call it version 1 because I want to keep my original one. So I'm going to call this version 1. So that I've still got my original version, and then I've got this version as well. That was a Freudian slip, actually. I think I said virgin. Anyway, right. We're now on basic slide editing. Add new slides by clicking the new slide in the Home tab. And we can see that I'm on slide 4. Now, if I'm in the Home tab, I can add a new slide. And I get a number of different options. I can use a title slide, to content, title only, a blank slide, or section and header, title only. So depending on what you want to do, I'm just going to add a blank slide and see how it adds a new slide into after my one there. So let's have a look now. Use text boxes to add written content. Insert images, charts, or videos using the Insert tab. So let's just go here then. If I want to insert a text box, I would just go to Insert, move over to Text Box, and then you can see my icon is now that cross. Highlight that, and then I can write, hello, I am a text box. And if I wanted to, I can select that and I can make that font bigger. I can make it bold. I can change the color. So I can do a number of different things with that. Likewise, if I wanted to insert a shape, I could insert a shape. Let's just put a rectangle in there. And I've got my shape there. And I can do different things with it. I can change the fill of it, the shape outline. So there's a number of different things. Shape effects. We've got to be careful. Less is more sometimes. Okay, and I've put that there. So insert images, charts, or videos using. So if I wanted to insert an image, there's a number. I can go to Insert tab. I can click on Pictures, and then I can search for images on my device. Stock images or online pictures, and online pictures will come up with Microsoft Bing, which is the Microsoft version of that. And let's just put PowerPoint, press enter, and it will come up there. Now, if I want it to be royalty free, I'll just click Creative Commons license, which means that I'm not going to use the copyright version. So there, I'm just going to use that one. And now I'm just going to click insert, and that's now inserted into my presentation. So there we go. And I can click that. So there, I've got my presentation there, got my an image there. Okay. Next one, choose a theme from the design tab to enhance visual appeal. Adjust slide layout to organize your content. Okay. So this design. So if I now go to design, and I can choose a theme, what I think would be useful. Let's just click on that one, and we can see it's now changing all the design on my slides. Now I'm using Office 365, which gives me a designer tab on the right hand side pane, which allows me to change it. So I'm just going to click that because you may not have that. So we can see now I've got this, what is PowerPoint, and it's changed the format of it, and it's made it look a little bit better. Okay, adjust the slide layouts to organize content effectively. So for example, on this one, I could make that a little bit smaller, move the box over there, and I can do all sorts of different things. So remember, this is just an introduction to it. Using the transition tab to add effects between slides. So if I wanted to, I could just click on one slide. And then if I go to transitions, I can then give that slide a transition. Let's give it a terrible one, vortex. There we go. And this is what it will come on like. We've got to be really careful. Less is more, really, sometimes. And if we look up here, we've got the little star, and it says, we know that that's got an animation on it now. If I click that, it will then show me what that animation is. If I wanted to put the same transition onto all the slides, I just make sure I've got slide 1 selected, press Ctrl and A. Now all my slides are selected. Let's just choose honeycomb, and we can see now I've got a honeycomb effect on all my slides, which is probably a bit too much, really. So that's a slide transition. So that's a transition between each slide. If we now look at this one, getting started, I've got 3 different bullet points here. And what I can do is I can add, so to get the bullet points, if I wanted to, it's the same with it as in Microsoft Word. I've got my bullet points there. I can change the theme if I wanted to. So there's lots of different things that I can do. But if I now want to add animation onto them bullet points, which means that they'll come up. If I just show you, if I press this button here, that will show me the slide presentation from the beginning. Or I can click on slideshow, and I can click from the current slide, or I can click from the beginning, but I'm going to click from the current slide. And you can see that there's my honeycomb transition, which is awful. But all these bullet points have come up at the same time, which is, you may not want to do that. Certainly if you're presenting, you might want to speak about each particular one. So to add animation onto them, we just highlight the text box, go to animation, and then I can just going to click up here. And we can now see that I've got these 1, 2, and 3, which means when I press my mouse button or my down arrow button, they will then come on one at a time. Slideshow and see it from current slide. So there we go. There's the honeycomb, and we can see the bullet points are not on now. If I press the down button, there we go. Open PowerPoint and choose template. Familiarize yourself with the ribbon, and then save your work. If I press my down button again, it'll take me back to my presentation, or I can press the escape button and that will take me back there. So let's have a see what we've done. So just in the slide layout, adding transitions, and then we get to presenting your slide, your presentation. So you'll click on slideshow from beginning to start your presentation. So that's on slideshow there. And you can do it from beginning. And there's a number of different things that you can do. You can rehearse it, you can record it, you can set it where it will come on with a mouse click. So there's all sorts of different things, but bear in mind this is just an overview. And then tips for a great presentation: keep your slides simple and uncluttered. Remember, less is more. The more text you have in it, the more it's difficult for people to read. Use high quality images in clear font, and also practice presenting as well so that you can get used to it. So that was hopefully just an overview of like an introduction to Microsoft PowerPoint. I hope you found that useful.